What shape do you believe the Earth is? Round, like a sphere, or flat, like a pancake? It might seem like a simple question, but the answer has been the subject of intense debate for centuries. On one side of the argument, we have the round Earth theory, which is widely accepted by the scientific community. This theory proposes that our planet is a sphere, spinning on its axis as it orbits the sun. This belief isn't just pulled out of thin air, it's backed by years of scientific observation and exploration, from the earliest astronomers to the astronauts of today. But let's not rush to conclusions. On the other side, we have the flat Earth theory. Now this may sound a bit outlandish to some of you, but it's a belief held firmly by a small yet vocal group of individuals. They argue that our planet is not a spinning sphere but a flat disk, akin to a cosmic pancake. They point to their own interpretations of natural phenomena and observations, challenging conventional scientific wisdom. These two theories couldn't be more different. One paints a picture of a round, spinning globe hurtling through space, while the other describes a flat, stationary Earth with its edges shrouded in mystery. Each theory has its proponents and its critics, with arguments and counterarguments that have been volleyed back and forth for generations. So who's right? Is the Earth a perfect sphere, spinning in the vast expanse of space? Or is it a flat disk sitting still in the cosmos? It's a question that's been asked time and time again, and yet it still sparks curiosity, intrigue, and heated debate. These are the two main opposing viewpoints, each with its own set of beliefs, theories, and evidence. Over the next few scenes, we'll delve deeper into these theories, examining the evidence, the arguments, and the counter-arguments, to get to the bottom of this centuries-old debate. It's a debate that's been raging for centuries, but what does the evidence say? Stay tuned as we navigate through the captivating debate of the Earth's true shape. Flat Earth believers propose that our planet is not a sphere, but a flat disk. Sounds intriguing, doesn't it? These theorists have their unique perspectives and reasons to believe as they do, and it's worth exploring some of their main arguments. One of the most common arguments is based on simple observation. When we look out at the horizon, it appears flat, not curved. Flat Earth theorists argue that if the Earth were indeed a sphere, we should be able to see the curve, even from ground level. They suggest that the flat horizon we see is evidence of a flat Earth. Next, they challenge the concept of gravity. Yes, that very force that keeps us from floating off into space. According to Flat Earth theorists, gravity is a hoax. They argue that objects don't fall to the ground because of gravity, but rather because of density and buoyancy. In their view, an object falls because it is denser than the air around it, not because it's being pulled by the Earth's gravitational force. Lastly, Flat Earth supporters question the authenticity of images showing a round Earth from space. They claim these images are manipulated or outright faked. They argue that space agencies like NASA are part of a grand conspiracy to make us believe the Earth is round, when in reality, it's flat. These beliefs might seem outlandish to many of us, but it's crucial to remember that people who subscribe to the Flat Earth theory hold these views sincerely. They question what many of us take for granted, and ask us to consider alternative possibilities, no matter how unconventional they might be. Flat Earth supporters stand firm on their beliefs, but what does science have to say about the shape of our planet? Scientists say the Earth is round, more specifically an oblate spheroid. But what proof do they have? Well, let's start with the most obvious evidence: images from space. Since the mid-20th century, humans have been sending satellites and astronauts into the cosmos, each returning with a unique perspective of our planet. These images consistently show a round Earth, glowing like a blue marble against the vastness of space. But, you may ask, couldn't these images be manipulated or fabricated? Well, let's move on to some evidence that's been around far longer than Photoshop or CGI. Consider a lunar eclipse, when the Earth passes between the sun and the moon, casting a shadow on the moon's surface. Every single time this happens, regardless of the moon's position or the time of year, the Earth casts a round shadow. If the Earth were flat, wouldn't we expect to see a different shape? A line perhaps, or an irregular shadow? But no, the shadow is always round, a clear indication of a spherical object. Now, let's bring our gaze down from the heavens and look around us. Have you ever wondered why different constellations are visible from different parts of the Earth? Why can't we see the Southern Cross from New York or the Big Dipper from Sydney? The answer lies in the Earth's curvature. As we move from the North Pole to the South Pole, the stars we see in the sky shift. This wouldn't happen if the Earth were flat. And finally, let's not forget the experiences of countless travelers and explorers who've circumnavigated the globe. They didn't fall off the edge but rather ended up right back where they started. So, there you have it. From space photography to lunar shadows, shifting constellations and journeys around the world, science provides compelling evidence for a round Earth. Yet the debate continues. Why? Despite overwhelming scientific evidence, why do some people still believe the Earth is flat? A question that baffles many, but the answer might not be as straightforward as you'd think. In our world today, there's a growing distrust of authority and scientific institutions. It's not uncommon for people to question the validity of established facts. This skepticism often extends to scientific theories as well, with some individuals doubting the round Earth theory due to their lack of faith in the institutions that uphold it. They argue, not without a certain degree of wit, that if they can't see the Earth's curvature with their own eyes, then why should they believe what they're told? Now let's throw social media into the mix. The internet has become a breeding ground for all sorts of theories, the flat Earth theory included. It's easier than ever to find like-minded individuals and create communities that challenge conventional wisdom. In these digital echo chambers, ideas that seem outlandish in the broader world can flourish and grow, gaining momentum and followers. And finally, who can resist the allure of a good conspiracy theory? The idea that we've been lied to on a global scale, that there's a massive cover-up about the true shape of our planet. It's a narrative that's just too intriguing for some to resist. The flat Earth theory, in this sense, is more than just a belief about the shape of our world. It's a story, a narrative that paints its believers as brave truth seekers, daring to question what others accept without thought. So, while the scientific consensus stands firm on a round Earth, these factors keep the flat Earth theory alive and well for some. It's clear that this debate isn't just about the shape of the Earth, it's also about trust, belief, and how we interpret the world around us. So, is the Earth flat or round? The answer may seem obvious to some, but not to others. In our quest to understand our world, we've come across two main schools of thought. On one hand, we have the round Earth theory, supported by a vast majority of scientists and accumulated evidence over centuries. This theory argues that our planet is a sphere, an idea backed by numerous voyages around the world, satellite images from space, and the way gravity works on Earth. The round Earth theory also explains the phenomenon of lunar eclipses. During a lunar eclipse, the Earth comes between the sun and the moon, casting a round shadow on the moon. The shape of this shadow is considered one of the strongest evidences supporting the sphericity of our planet. But let's not forget about the other side of the coin. There are those who advocate for the flat Earth theory, a belief that our Earth is not a sphere but a flat disk. Proponents of this theory question the validity of images from space, arguing they could be manipulated. They also provide alternative explanations for phenomena like gravity and lunar eclipses. Flat Earthers, as they're often called, believe that perceptions of a round Earth are part of a grand conspiracy, designed to deceive the public for reasons that vary from one believer to another. Some flat earthers even conduct their own experiments to validate their beliefs, although these experiments often face criticism from the scientific community. As we wrap up this exploration, it's evident that the debate between a flat Earth and a round one is far from over. People continue to question, to experiment, and to challenge the status quo, which is a testament to the human spirit of inquiry and discovery. In the end, whether you believe the Earth is flat or round, perhaps the most important thing is to keep asking questions, keep exploring, and never stop learning.